Welcome to the Everything Culture podcast. It's your host, G-Jack, along with my co-host,
Mr. D713.
Mr. D713. We got some special guests on the show today. You want to introduce them?
Of course, man. Hey, shout out so much to these guys, man. These two gentlemen. Well, three gentlemen we have today, actually. But we got HrnB and DB with the truckcast, as well as we got, King Colin P.
King Colin P.
P when it drops. Man, this is our first time actually meeting King Colin P. But man, HrnB and DB, man, I want to give y'all my greatest regards, man. We sure appreciate y'all, man. Like, there with the truckcast, we was able to join their platform a few months ago before I moved to Seattle. We've been talking about doing it for months, ever since, we were on with Egos and Opinions. Shout out to them as well. And man, I love the community that we have in Houston. I miss it so much, man. We really support one another. And I see what these two fellas are doing out here. They are consistent, bringing new people, new faces, new perspectives on their show. And that's something we strive to be ourselves, So we greatly appreciate y'all coming on and see what y'all doing right now. Y'all still bringing more people into our circle, man. So once again, shout out to the Truckcast. Make sure to check them out. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all that good shit, man.
Everything, Twitter, everything is the Truckcast.
See, there you go, baby. So, man, for sure, appreciate y'all.
Yeah, for real. I think y'all.
We want to thank y'all for having us on the show, taking our time to come out and visit our show and making our platform what it is. Because without each other, we can never be a community that we are. So we also want to thank Everything is Culture, because everything is culture. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
y'all ING. It's the THANG. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You damn right we country and shit.
Y'all was 4 deep in the truck.
We stay heavy, man. That was a good
4
day.
People in the back seat.
Hey, it was a great episode, though, man. The shit was amazing.
Yeah, I've been in the back seat before. I've been there before. God damn, folks.
Get in where you fit in, baby.
See, that's what you call commitment right there.
Yeah. Actually, I think we had 5 at a point, didn't we?
Yeah.
Her sister.
Kind of. Yeah, her sister was in there for a little bit.
Somebody gonna have to sit in the bed of the truck. You just open that little window.
Yeah. Somebody tried to get me in some trouble, and I was like,
What up, man?
We don't do trouble. We don't do trouble.
We don't do trouble over here, not at all.
Right.
So, I did a little brief introduction to y'all. Would y'all want to say anything about yourself right now?
HrnB and DB, us as a truckcast. DB put everything out there, but King Colin P is new. Well, he's not new, but he's new to everything culture. So King Colin P, go ahead and introduce yourself.
King Colin P on Instagram. I have I'm on 2 shows at this point. One show is called Houston. I'm Just Saying. We started over a year ago, so we got like 37 episodes or something like that from last year. Actually, probably a little bit more than that. Then we have probably like 9 from this year. But then COVID happened. So that show is two young ladies and myself. You got like a lot of different perspectives that kind of come with that, just from come from different backgrounds, different cultures and things like that. And then me being like such an old ass young man. So it's like everything I say be like sounding hella old, but it makes sense. But it goes against everything that they trying to push with the whole woman thing. So it's a good back and forth that we have.
Yeah.
And then,
talk.
yeah, but it just be me. So it's rough.
Right.
It's real rough.
If you need any assistance,
come on. Yeah.
Another intelligent brother. Right. I got you, player.
Hey, my man Drake got you, dog. My man Drake got you. He gonna hold it down.
Hey, we gonna have to have it. Yeah, we gonna have to have them boys on.
Man.
And then we have we started It Drops When It Drops probably at the end of last year. And It Drops When It Drops is like more of a long form situation. Not necessarily like we may be doing like an hour and a half or 3 hours, but less topics. So we kind of discuss them in more depth in that link and kind of like try to peel back a few more layers. And it's one of those shows where it's not like as consistent, because I like to do it where things hit and then we let society react to it. And then we talk about how society reacted to it instead of just I call it delayed news. You see what I'm saying?
Delayed reaction to everything,
because everybody be jumping on it.
action.
Right. Exactly. Everybody jumps on it immediately. And then niggas be having to walk stuff back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how did the world react to said situation? So that's kind of what we kind of do. So we have a number of good episodes where they go a little bit deeper than what we're talking about originally.
Speaking of walking back, how y'all feel about Joe Biden and his comments about if you black, you ain't black?
I mean,
look how we just fell into that.
I mean,
that's our first topic, Joe Biden.
Like, why can't he say what he want to say? Because the other guy, the orange one, said what he's got to say. So I have no issue with Joe Biden saying whatever Joe Biden got to say. If the orange one can say what he want to say, Joe Biden can say what he got to say.
Okay. What did he say so everybody, including me, can know? Because I don't be caring.
We'll go pause it real quick so we can put a snippet in.
Vice President Biden, I've read some of your Black agenda, and you say that you would decriminalize marijuana. What's the difference between legalizing it and decriminalizing it?
Because they're trying to find out whether or not there is any impact on the use of marijuana, not in leading you to other drugs, but what it affects. Does it affect long-term development of the brain? And we should wait till the studies are done. I think science matters.
I think we got decades and decades of studies from actual weed smokers, though.
Yeah, I do. I know a lot of weed smokers.
I want to ask you about your running mate. I don't know if you saw. Well, I saw the day that a news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media, they're not too happy about that. And it's because they want your running mate to be a Black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post by some of the leading Black women voices in this country. And they feel since Black women are such a loyal voting bloc and Black people saved your political life in the primaries this year, they have things they want from you. And one of them is a Black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple Black women being considered. Multiple.
Well,
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to Black media.
I can't do that to white media and Black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't Black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. Come on. Take a look at the record.
All right, we right back at it. So
all right. So from the video, you saw he was talking to Charlamagne, and when they were wrapping it up, he was kind of like, what do you expect how do you expect to get the Black vote or whatever? And then Joe Biden, to me, it looked like he was joking. He jokingly said, you ain't Black if you don't vote for me.
Right.
That's what he said?
That's what he said. Go ahead. See, I want to see.
You lying like
exactly. See, okay, King Colin P.
God.
King Colin P. He may have the point of view I have, and I be tired of saying shit that we can't let that shit ain't acceptable, bro.
Right. Like, at least can you please sugarcoat it a little bit for us? A little bit. At least.
He went straight from
that's the jugular. He went to the jugular.
Don't you want somebody that's gonna give you the honest to God truth?
No, when it's wrong. When it's wrong.
You know that the orange one is not for us, dog. We all know that.
But,
so why is that an issue?
Hold on,
he's speaking facts though.
See, the point is, you're right, and I'm not arguing that.
The only way he's speaking facts is because Biden is all we have. That's the only way.
That's all we got.
And that's the problem I have. I am so tired of picking the lesser evil. Okay.
Right.
The question that the main question that Charlamagne was asking is, what are you going to do for us? How are you going to represent us? How is the Democratic Party, after having the backing of African Americans for all these years, what are you going to do for us now? You haven't done nothing for me lately. And instead of just explaining these things, he just basically said, man, hey, you can go with that motherfucker over there. What?
Right.
No. No, bro. You know
In other words,
I mean?
we're at such a disadvantage. This is how bad it is. You're at such a disadvantage at this point that, okay, the Orange Warrior, he already saying anything that he wants to say.
He ain't no warrior. Don't call him. Don't give him that title. Don't give him that.
Just call him the orange one.
The orange one
that I sniffed to help with my COVID.
Oh my God. Okay, Agent Orange, is that better?
Agent
Orange can say whatever he wants to say. So what we have is Biden trying to still be spicy and say, be more flamboyant with his attitude, but it's really bad that we're at a point as a community that he can say that, and all we can really do is ride with it. That's what y'all saying. All we can really do is ride with it because, it's true, but why do I have to even go with that?
Yeah, but at some point, though, man, the way I look at politics is you're not going to like everybody. You're not going to like 100% of things they stand for. You just got to go with the person who rides the most for your interests. You know what I'm saying? Who's
so what is Biden doing?
Something out of it.
What is he doing for us?
Man, can I finish what I'm talking about?
Go ahead. We'll pin that motherfucker right there. We're going to pin that right there. Okay, go ahead.
They're fighting right now. They're fighting.
But dang, maybe a little train of thought. So now, but with Biden, though, he's got our best interests. It feel like it. I feel like Trump really don't have the black people's best interests. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like even though he says that, like with Trump supporters, they don't like half the shit he say. They feel like he's a fucking idiot. But the policies and stuff he's putting in place is working for him. So they go ride for him regardless. That's kind of how we need to be with Biden. We may not agree with everything, but we got to ride with that motherfucker to get this orange bastard out the
office. But hold on, Drake, you saying we should choose the lesser evil? Okay, not Drake. I'm sorry. Colin P said we should choose the lesser evil. Okay, but the lesser evil is Biden. But if you say you have a problem with us choosing the lesser evil, then if we're choosing the lesser evil, then what are we choosing? It's nothing beyond Biden and the orange one. So, true enough. Like, okay, so if we're supposed to
separating it, there's a separation.
Presidential election is not going to affect us. It's our local officials.
But what I'm saying is, I'm gonna separate. In other words, we're gonna have a conversation about the orange agent and Biden. We're gonna have a conversation about it, and there will be feelings both ways against who I care about, who I don't care about. That's the conversation. What you do at the poll is completely different, regardless anyway. At the end of the day, you don't care about either one of these motherfuckers, but I got a choice 1 out of 2. If I had a third choice, he don't even have a chance anyway. Third guy don't even have a chance. That vote doesn't even, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter. All you're doing is offsetting bullshit.
But our question is why?
All you're saying is the third person, I choose not to choose.
But it comes to the point, how do we break that system? And I'm to the point of like, that just is what it is. I'm so fed. That's one thing about with me and why we do this show is trying to get an understanding to make actions so we can make a change. Because we're so comfortable with just getting, like what DB was saying, we're so comfortable with the lesser evil, but we're not going for the greater good because we're like, that ain't gonna ever happen. You know what?
Well, it will if we start from the ground up. We have to find a candidate that we all agree with, and we go with them at the primaries. At the primaries, nobody was really watching this shit. It was a few people watching the primaries, and there was 1 million people involved. But a lot of people was like, I may vote for Bernie, I may vote for Biden.
I was ready to vote for Andrew Yang, so I wasn't.
Me too. I was a part of the Yang gang early on.
He's a Yang gang.
but then, once the rebuttal, I think Charlamagne said, well, what about if you give everybody $2,000 a month, everything else is going to go up. So I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that part right there.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, how can we balance it out? Yeah, like it's gonna be crazy. So like as black people, we have to start from the ground up. Meaning, and I ain't even talking about politics. I'm talking about like with each other, like how to deal with each other and help each other out, and deal with each other even if it's like beef going on between each other. Yeah. you know, white people, they can deal with each other and still like shake hands, like even though some shit is going on behind closed doors, like they still gonna deal with each other. But
most
like,
other cultures are very good at being passive aggressive. And I think the main reason why is because they don't like violence and they don't like confrontation. Us,
No,
they
already been through the violence and confrontation. We ain't gonna sit on here and act like we didn't have the Confederate War. We ain't gonna sit on here like we had fighting and shooting over politics. People used to get killed over this stuff. We ain't gonna sit here and act like that shit didn't happen, because it's the truth. The thing about with our culture, we're still coming up. We are still, because we have been disassociated with our home, our mother country, and we've been separated there, so we're still trying to figure out who we are. And the thing about with being not only in slavery, but going through Jim Crow and having segregation and not having not even having civil rights. Now we have civil rights and not even equal rights yet, and we really need equity. But we go, so we can go all deep into that. But the point I'm making right now, as far as between that comment he made, is just because I'm black, I'm not black. If I don't vote for you, fuck you, dog. Fuck you, man.
But so does that mean you're not gonna vote for?
Let me finish.
It don't. But why put me in that position to have to feel like that?
That's the point. Saying that shit was irresponsible and stupid. And
he gonna lose votes off of that. That's gonna make people go to the third vote. I choose.
And that's almost how I feel, because listen, that really, when I heard that, I was just like King Colin P. He didn't say that shit.
But that's just for the moment, though. That's just for the moment. We vote. What do we vote? We vote in November. Yeah. We're gonna be mad as
he gonna have to make something.
Yeah, you be mad right now.
I said this earlier. I guarantee you, Trump
still gonna bubble it in.
But why is that okay? Neither is okay.
But no, I don't think nobody's saying it's okay. But I think we all realize that at the end of the day, we still gonna have to vote for that motherfucker.
And then when you say, because what we're doing is making a gang activity now. That's what it feels like. It's like,
and you see what everybody's saying, like, we still gonna bubble, we still gonna vote for him, and that's the part that I'm talking about. Like, damn, why can't we get out of that mindset as a people?
Man, and this is gonna be something we're gonna talk more about. Since the politics, since this
election
year.
Get out of which mindset though? Get out of which mindset?
See,
the mindset of dealing with shit.
Agreed.
Like, why not make a change? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The word change, though, I mean, what you're asking for is on a very grand scale, and it can be done, but the type of changes that you're talking about require the type of unity that people have been talking about for about 30 years, and we still don't have. And on top of that, no other culture has actually had to have the type of unity that we're talking about.
We did it before. We did it in the 60s.
Yeah, but
with the bus boycott. We did it before.
But it's different. Then we have a choice, and you didn't have as many distractions as you have now.
They had choices back then. It was some motherfuckers back in the day like, I'm fine sitting in the back of the bus.
But it was extreme.
I'm fine being a slave.
You didn't have, no. Back then in the 60s or whatever, and before, you did not have the amount of cultural distractions that we have now. So due to our cultural distractions, it makes it very easy to sweep something like a presidential election under the rug, because I got other things that I'm either dealing with, worried about, or interested in. So you get pacified by your current situation for most people because it's bad, but it ain't that bad. It's bad.
But you have to understand what King Colin.
It's bad, but it ain't that bad. That's
King Colin, that's been said ever since we got over here, bro. That's been said ever since we got.
And that's why they call it the veil. The veil is right there. I had some
people, like, literally ask people, would you go back to slavery? Man, it is what it is.
What? See, what I said is bad, but it ain't that bad.
You don't think any slaves
that's that bad.
But no, on some real shit, with that logic, and I'm not knocking you for that, because you're right. Because that logic, it was some slaves that had a good slave master. He don't beat us. He just yells at us from time to time.
He gives us all the chickens.
But you still a fucking slave.
But it's not that bad. It's bad.
Right.
But it's not that
slave.
bad.
Yeah, but I think
right.
going back to slavery,
it's bad, but it's not that bad.
You can't
I could be
say
over
go
to that
back.
other master where they beat you all the time. I could be a house. I could be out in the field.
But they
nigga.
didn't
Not
know.
that
They
bad,
couldn't even fathom what it would be like to not be a slave. That was the best they thought they could get.
Right.
When we know better, we do better. I think we have progressed so far that we know better. We ain't like going
that's
back
the
to be no damn
mindset
slave.
we have right now. That hey, this is as good as we go get. That's exactly why I'm having this.
The question is this.
So we're saying it now.
The question is this. The question is this, Mr. D713. The question is this. How many fish have the mentality that they're in an ocean, and how many fish have the mentality that they are in a fish bowl? Because if I've been in the ocean and you try to put me in a fish bowl, I just can't live like that no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the battle. How many people have the experiences to understand that, yeah, that's that bad, or there's more outside of this? So you got a lot of small town people. You got a lot, and there's nothing wrong with their mentality, but if you got a lot of those people, and what we're talking about now is talking about people that are impoverished, people who don't have the ability to travel, people who don't have the ability to gain more knowledge and more experiences. So if I am stuck in my impoverished situation where y'all give me just enough money to function below my means and eat bullshit ass food that's been processed by a wig, they got all kind of extra bullshit in there. They will keep me in this lower state of consciousness.
And don't forget,
lower state of consciousness.
And don't forget, we're gonna make one or two from the community that make it.
Don't get me started. Dog.
We'll get one or two of them that make it, so we have that logic that we can do better because them two.
And I'm gonna do better through some bullshit, basketball.
And I understand exactly where you're coming from.
We do though, and we have, and that's what we do. We make it through. We deal with the situation.
Good times.
Yes, it is what it is. Though.
Yeah.
Y'all saw what I just sent y'all, right? I'll be back.
All right, bet.
All right,
bet.
Oh, I didn't see shit.
Okay. I see it's at the bottom.
Check it. Hey, I'm coming back. This shit lit.
Okay. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Okay, so but GJ, coming back to that pen I had for your ass. So what have Joe Biden done for us, intend to do for us?
I feel like he has our best interests at heart, man. I feel like he trying to add on to what Obama's, what he has started as far as like the affordable health care and make sure there's a level playing field for everybody, not just rich people or not just people from a certain area of the country, for everybody. I feel like Go ahead.
I don't think he even does that. I think he's just saying that just to get our votes.
But isn't that all politicians though?
But yet and still. Go ahead.
Isn't that all politicians though? They tell you what you want to hear, and you just have to hold them to it because they said that. That's what either your mayor, your governor, whoever, you have to hold them to it. That's either on the right side or the left side, So I feel like if this is what he's actually saying he's gonna do, then I have to believe him. I have to trust him.
What is he saying? Because both things you said, it feels. I want to know because that's a Charlemagne thing.
That's his main thing that he's trying to.
Okay, but 713, like if he's saying that, okay,
that he
ought to respect that. But are we gonna respect what Trump's saying or him?
I'm gonna.
You gotta choose what
that's my thing.
The lesser evil.
Respect neither. I'm tired of that. That's like okay, let's break it down.
But at this point, you just venting. Your only options are Biden or Trump. That's your only option, or not vote and get Trump. It's like
I'm not voting for Trump.
I'm not voting for Trump either.
Exactly.
If
it's either not vote
if Biden,
or get Trump.
It's like, do you want to eat shit or drink piss? You got to vote for one.
It's fucked up, but those are options. Bro.
Right.
Hey, so those
are two options.
We can vent and cry and do all the shit we do online every day when Trump say some bullshit. But at the end of the day, you got two options right now. Either you go drink shit or you go shit. One of the two.
May 23rd, 2020. I'm gonna be a president. I'm gonna be the president of the United States because this is the type of motivation and shit in the conversations that people need to have. And because you have another old white man saying what the fuck he feel like saying, and I'm tired of that shit. That shit is stupid. It's irresponsible. And it's going to get, that's why you have all these individuals, white males and white women, going around in this country doing crazy ass shit, shooting motherfuckers left and right. And they feel confident in that shit because of dumb ass shit. We just got to accept that shit. Well, the president do it, it must be okay. He builds hate and ignorance. And that's the main thing about it. But the thing about it, with them type of statements, Biden's going to build a culture of that shit as well. With those type of statements. And
I think the people around Biden ain't gonna allow him to do no shit like that, bro.
Right.
And I think it would take out of context.
I think we can go back. They said the same thing about Trump.
But Trump is different though. We obviously see this motherfucker retarded.
What's different?
He's rich and entitled. He's used to getting his way and doing the fuck he want to do.
Tell me something about Biden.
Fuck that. That's not no excuse, bro.
It's not an excuse, but I'm saying that's why he acts that way. He's rich and entitled.
We gotta vote. We gotta vote for Biden to put that Band-Aid on it to neutralize it. Not even to neutralize. I don't even want to say neutralize.
That's all I'm saying.
That might be.
I'm not saying Biden's our best, but we gotta put a Band-Aid.
We had two black candidates though, and we shit on them the whole time throughout the primary. So it's like, goddamn, what we want? Not Carson. The dude from New Jersey.
She wasn't black.
Who?
She like Camilla Rice. She not black.
Oh, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. She like mixed or something. Like, I mean, she black
was mixed though.
I'm saying like she didn't claim black till like later on when she started to run for president.
She claimed being African American, but she made a lot of laws right with Biden that negatively affected the African American community.
Well, I did see that the community supported those laws at the time. I saw somewhere somebody posted that. I seen the article that the community supported those laws at the time.
Okay, we're gonna find a fact checker for the show.
Because there was a lot of gang violence and a lot of bullshit going on at the time, and niggas was like, "Nah, we tired of our kids getting killed in the streets over bullshit."
Bottom line is Biden was wrong for that comment he made.
Simple as that.
Like don't put us in a box like that, nigga. Like fuck you, you know what I'm saying? This is me saying this shit. This is me saying that shit. Like fuck you as a white man. Like don't do that shit, bro. But at the same time, a nigga that shit is gonna die down. It's gonna be out of my head. Guess what? I gotta fucking work. I gotta fucking pay bills. I gotta fucking do all this other shit. So nigga, I need you to put a Band-Aid on the situation that fucking Trump is doing.
Right, and that's all he can do. Cause it's all about either I'm gonna drink shit, either I'm gonna eat shit or drink piss. Biden's my piss. I gotta drink piss because we don't want the orange one back now. He's not for us. Yeah, I know that shit, bro. It's only two choices. I know how you feel, Drake. I know you don't want to accept it. But what are you gonna accept? You're gonna stand up and not vote? That's not helping us.
Yeah, we have to
not vote at all.
And I'll say this because of the culture, and we can go to the next topic after this because, bruh, like years ago, and G-Jack know this. A lot of my friends wasn't voting, wasn't voting for Obama. I was pushing it. I was explaining why. I was like, I didn't understand why people in my community won't vote, especially for a person of color that wants your best interest. And he didn't want to separate the nation. He wanted to bring the Democrats and Republicans together. The first president in my lifetime that I saw wanted to do that. And I just didn't understand why people didn't want to go out and vote. Because I vote on a lower level and on a higher level, especially by working with juvenile judges and things of this nature. Well, family law judges. But this one is hard for me. It feels like the roles are switched. And to be absolutely honest, I really don't want to vote this year. That's how bad it is. Even with Hillary and Trump, like if you look at I put a meme up of a little black girl staring at Hillary, that'll go in her eye like, man, I really don't want to vote for this motherfucker, but I voted for her. But now, and I'm just being transparent. It's like I'm like stressed out. It's like we need better. We need better for ourselves. And
right now we don't have that chance.
And we passed that point of needing to come together and be better and have a different candidate. We got who we got.
You see what I'm saying? You see how y'all saying that shit? Like
I'm done talking about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's what I say. Y'all keep on, but I don't have nothing to say on that, man.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
no, we're not saying y'all wrong. We're not saying
I think we all have an understanding. It's not even a disagreement with it. Okay. We just stating our feelings. It's like I'm like, damn.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Like you're absolutely right. But as of right now, we are fucking stuck. But for us not to be stuck in 2024, 23, we got to do better.
We need to find some candidate right now to go
get behind. In 2024, we got to do better.
You know, the last thing I'm gonna say, Biden just got in our face right in your grill and said, "Drink this piss, nigga." All right.
That's basically what he said.
That's what he said. That's the problem. And that's the problem. Nigga, I was gonna drink it, but now you go tell me I'm gonna have to drink it.
I think he just got too comfortable, man. He got too comfortable around black people.
And you say stupid shit when you get too comfortable.
That's all it was, man.
What did Charlamagne say?
He just laughed it off. It was kind of.
That was at the end. That was like at the very end.
That's why I don't like. That's why I want Charlamagne to get somebody ass. Charlamagne, if you want to be that goddamn controversial, you're getting his ass. Then
he was on his ass the whole time.
He got in his ass the whole
time.
The whole thing at the beginning. Biden said some slick shit at the beginning. Hey, watch it. Biden said some slick shit at the beginning of the damn show, and then Charlamagne, he kept it cool, kept it professional, but he kept him like, hey, and that's what I prefer. That's what I like about interviewing. When you ask somebody a question and they try to skirt around it or deflect, Charlamagne will bring their ass back to that damn, hey, do you want to answer this?
Right.
So I think that's a plus. So with all that, we go to I hate politics because
I'm not even a politician person. I'm not. But
let's transition to another hot topic this week. Russell Wilson and his son Future. Did y'all see the tweet? Russell Wilson
Daddy loves you.
Daddy loves you.
He does it every year though, man. Like
let me get y'all thoughts on that, man. How do y'all
does Russell Wilson have children of his own?
Yeah, he does. He have a little girl with Sierra, and I think
he
they
got
have
a son
boy
with Sierra too. Okay, yeah, she's pregnant now.
Yeah, she's pregnant now. I think they're gonna have a boy.
They're gonna have three.
Three total, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but they had three total. Okay. Hey, I don't.
What's the question? What you want to know?
So how do y'all feel about that? Like, as a man, like if you have a baby by somebody else, do you feel like it's acceptable for your mother, your child who's moved on and got a new man in a serious relationship, is actually married? Is it acceptable for her husband to have your son call him daddy or to call him son?
I mean, I guess I could talk about it because I was married at one time and she had a daughter. Mm-hmm. So that means that meant I was a stepdad. So I didn't put out there that you can call me daddy. I didn't say none of that shit. She just started calling me dad on her own.
Wow.
Because I was there every day. So just like Russell Wilson, he's there every day. So it's gonna happen. He's laying down that foundation that a child needs, not gender specific, that a child needs in any kind of upbringing. So I don't think Russell Wilson was wrong for just saying, I love you, son, or whatever you said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think personally, for somebody who does have a son who's within the environment of a stepfather, and knowing that I'm going to be around regardless, he shouldn't call him his dad because he's not your dad. Yeah. You call him by his first name, I'm your father. Fuck that.
Yeah. Russell, you call him Robert.
You're not calling him dad. I don't give a damn what your mama say. But me and him are very respectful. We talk. There's no issues whatsoever. Whatnot. Yeah. No, but he's still not your father. Yeah. I don't give a damn how much you respect for him. He is not your dad. I'm your father. And me and him are like, we talk, we dap it up, and we have conversations, and that's utmost respect. But guess what? Guess what, y'all? He is still not your father. Yeah. I'm your dad.
But guess what? You're gonna play that role that you're in until the end of, I guess, the relationship. And even if the relationship ends, you can still have that foundation and build with that child forever.
Are you right now, Humvee?
You're not out of the picture.
Huh?
Say it again.
Are you still in that picture?
Oh, shit.
And so that's what I'm saying. No.
He's right. No,
I know.
So therefore, you see why I'm saying that, right?
I see why you said it, but yeah, definitely. But I'm just saying, there are fathers, men out there that still have that relationship with a child that's not even there.
And I'm not saying that even if you was in the picture, that you wouldn't have been positive. Because I know the type of person you are. You've probably been more positive than her father was. But yet and still, because you and her mother had separated, then you cannot put yourself on that level. I would never allow my girl's children that I'm dating right now to call me dad. No, I'm not your dad. You call me Mr. So-and-so. I am not your father. I would do everything to do the things that he's supposed to do to cover up what he's not doing. But no, I'm not your dad.
But you see what I'm saying?
That's just how I was raised.
But that's how you was raised. That's how, I mean.
We'll get to that a little later, guys, with the makers of you.
But you putting yourself in that situation. So you're taking responsibility as a man should.
Right.
So
but that is not Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, why not? Why not have them if they want to? There's no pressure.
No, that's not, because because eventually gonna grow up and learn what a real biological father is. And they're going to have to understand that this man did something that my own father couldn't do, or this woman did something that my own mother couldn't do. So by me not even being his, he didn't even allow me to call me that. Like, I am a man that's playing a role. And it's because I could be a great actor. I still play a role. It doesn't matter. That role can still affect you in your life.
Yeah.
I am still not your father.
So, with that case,
make sure you insert Biological Father by Shaquille O'Neal right there.
I got you. Shaq got a son called Biological Father?
Yeah. You ain't know that song?
What?
No.
Took me from a man to a boy because Phil didn't father. And my biological didn't bother. Yeah, right.
Hey, because I like that. Okay. Shaq Diesel in this bitch. Okay. But that kind of goes that will go to my point and with HrnB, because in my work that I've done with social work, major in child development, you have to give that child the ability to make that call, what they feel comfortable at a certain point. Now, you have what you need to feel comfortable with as well, granted, but I don't know what's in their household. I don't know what's the relationship between Daddy Future Junior, and Russell. You know, so it's hard to say.
Drake, stop.
Yo.
You think Future really there, Drake?
Hold on 1 second.
You
Future got 10 kids in here, rock star. There's no way.
Drake, you really think Future there?
I'm trying to work about it. My neighbor is out here power washing his hat. One day he want to clean up. But if you listen to me, it's all love, baby. If you're listening, thank you for checking out. But no, I don't know. I don't know. Same thing with Colin. What was his name? Colin P. Chase was saying. Yeah, I sit back and pay attention to how everybody react to this shit. My thing is none of my damn business. First and foremost.
Agree.
But when we talk about that aspect of everybody else getting upset about the shit, I'm like, I don't know what's going on in the household. Future may not be there. Russell be wishing that nigga happy birthday. His son, quick on social media, he could give it off. And he's a very giving person. Shout out to Russell Wilson. Thanks for the donation for feeding the Seattle kids, people that's hungry. So, and it's been like speculation. The future's not there. He won't focus on the girls and women and blah, blah, blah.
Hey, wasn't it last year he bought his son a watch or something?
Yeah, he got drugged for that shit. But once again,
come on, everything he do, he gonna get talked about.
But I think the thing is I think it's less about Future and more about the people who are defending this.
And that's how I am.
That Future should fight Russell and all this shit just because he's loving his son. Like, what the fuck?
It's the women. Girl, what did you pray for to get Russell Wilson? Yeah. I want to pray that prayer. Shut your ass up, girl. Ain't nobody finna pray for you in that bullshit. She was a pop star before she met Russell. She had shit going on.
Man,
girl, what did you pray for to get Russell? They want to all sing that. Oh, I just want to pray Sierra's prayer. Man, shut the hell up. That shit be getting on my nerves, man.
Prayer Sierra, biological father by Shaq, and Sierra's prayer. All right.
At the end of the day, Future is gonna get drugged wherever he said. He said he has to recognize his flaws. Yeah. That man, if you listen to his music, he tells himself that he hates the real him. Like he be saying that shit in his music. If you listen to Future music, like he said, he hates the person that he is. Sometimes he wants to grow and develop. Like that man be saying some shit. If you have to listen to his music,
grown.
He's growing up.
No, he should be grown. How old is Future? Let's go.
I don't know.
Let's Google this shit.
He gotta be like in his 30s, at least 29.
He gotta be late 30s, man. Yeah. And late 30s.
He 36 years old.
Trust me.
He 36 years old.
Trust me, y'all.
And he'll be 37.
You start seeing shit.
He gonna be 37. He gonna be 37 this year. Wow. Okay.
Wait till he about 38, 39. He'll be a whole different man.
And we talked about this last year on I forgot what episode it was. It was like episode 4 or 5. Once again, I don't know how y'all grew up. I grew up not my daddy being in my biological father being in my life totally. Okay?
That was episode 1.
At all.
That was episode 1. Damn. Okay. So no, he was there, but put it this way: I was raised partially by my mother and father till like the age of 3. Went to go live with my grandparents with my mother until like the age of maybe 9, 10. At the age of 10, I lived with my daddy for a little bit. Talked about that too, G Jack. But what was I like when I came back from living with my daddy? But yeah. Then
he was what?
He was an asshole.
Man, nigga, like now that GJ brought that shit back up, I was mean to the motherfucker when I got back. Then I was raised by my aunt like at the age of 13 and up. Cause my mother ended up passing and shit. And the relationship with my mother, relationship with my father, like completely deteriorated when my mother passed. That nigga I didn't hear shit from his ass. No call, son, how you doing? You all right? Woo, woo, woo. All this shit my mom used to talk about my dad. I grew up that kid. Mama bad mouthing daddy and shit. He ain't this. He don't do that. I was that nigga sitting outside looking out the window at the end of the damn. You remember that big ass walkway we had, GJ?
Yeah.
Nigga, I be at the end of that motherfucker. He about to come pick me up. And she inside just like, no, he ain't. That nigga ain't shit. She wouldn't tell me this shit until like that nigga don't show up. Nigga, I know that experience and shit. So I don't know what Future Junior's doing, but as a mother, as somebody that care about somebody, especially your child, and you see the person you lay with and have this creation with that ain't stepping up nowhere near you stepping up, and you got this other dude that ain't got no type of connection to this nigga other than me, right, and step up and do so much more for that child, it means something. I didn't have a stepfather, no shit like that, so I can experience calling another nigga daddy and shit, you feel me? But I can, right. Like my father-in-law, I call him my pops all the damn time. You know, since I met him, he been A1 with me. A1 with me. You feel me? But my dad, I'm telling you, in the past, let's say 20 years, the only gift my daddy got me was a pair of house shoes, and that was last year.
Damn.
You feel me? And it's like one of them things that my brothers like, and I said this before, on the show, my brothers be like, oh man, he more like another big brother. Nigga, I got like 3, 4 of y'all. I don't need no motherfucking brothers no more.
I need a dad.
You feel me?
I need a father.
With that aspect, it's like one of them things like, damn, I don't know, once again, I don't know futures, goals and plans, but when niggas, and I don't know what these other men are doing, but if you part of your son's life and shit, like, I don't think your son gonna call another nigga daddy. Yeah. I don't think that ever gonna happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And my son
then
told
we gotta
me
go back to
my son has told
just
me.
Just saying.
I wouldn't say that.
Dad. He said, I call him Mr. So-so. You're my dad.
Oh, shit.
I never had to tell my son said, you're my dad.
So that's the only thing I can say. And with Future, he may be, not Future, but with Russell, what is he going through in his head? Should I be like, don't call me that? Even though I'm here for you every time you look up. I'm at all your games.
That's probably what he
I can
about,
make it at. I'm like, shit, think about so many people focus on how fucking Future's doing because he made music. He cry off his damn records and shit. But
they still don't make Russell right, though. They don't make Russell right, and they don't make Future right.
He living his life. And that's the thing. It's not us. I think it's not us to judge.
I disagree with that, Drake. They don't make Future right. They don't make Russell right. Sorry.
It's cool, but once again, if they built this in their household, And there, because once again, then we could go into this thing, because at the end of the day, it's about the marriage.
Right.
Future didn't marry that girl.
Yeah, but I
she
think
ain't married Future.
Yeah, some people sometimes it just don't work out. Like
Exactly.
the adult, you can't control what the adults do. Shit, motherfuckers change and they grow apart or whatever. Like, but I think that, and even what you said
about my body's your party.
Yeah, she was in love, but that nigga was still having his babies and shit. But
he got a baby coming right now.
You said my body is your party with my hands on you.
But I think at the end of the day, though, like you said,
I'm sorry.
Like you said, with the D713, with D713, like you said though, like if he was in his life, he probably would be calling him dad. I think a kid that young, he just don't know. Like I just like my ex-wife, she's had like long-term boyfriends and stuff since we've been together. And my son, he would say, "Well, I got two dads," but I can't say the dude she was with is like when I wasn't around, he made sure he looked out for him. So I can't knock him for that. I mean, if that's how you actually feel, he knows I'm his
He's not your son's dad, bro.
He's not. But I'm saying though, he was like 3 or 4.
I'm not gonna agree with that ever.
But I'm saying like,
I'm not gonna ever agree with
your son been living with you majority of his life, dog.
Bro, this one will split in custody. So I'm saying if you there,
I'm not gonna ever agree with that. I totally disagree.
It don't bother me.
I totally disagree.
Hey, just
I know.
Just so everybody knows.
I'm real strong on my points.
DB would
I'm real strong on my points, y'all. My bad.
Would stand on that hill.
I'm real strong on my points. My bad.
No. We respect that shit. But because it's a point of view for everyone.
I don't agree with that.
But I think it's G-Jack,
that is your son, bro. That is your son.
Nah, I know that. And he know that
playing
too.
A role.
DB.
Come on, bro.
G-Jack has been raising his son for the past 7 years now, 8 years.
About 8 or 9.
And he's been doing it with his wife, but it goes vice versa. Does he always call your wife mom? See, so it can go like that.
Okay.
It could go like that, But then you gotta look at people that's adopted. I deal with a lot of adoptions and shit.
They totally disown they motherfucking ass. They didn't even want to sign a birth certificate.
No. Sometimes their rights are terminated. Sometimes they don't want to do that shit. So you gotta look at some kids know who their parents are, and it's like it varies. And I think that is a very touchy subject, obviously. But it's like
the strength of giving up a child is something that my mental capacity, spirit, and soul could not fathom.
As a man.
I don't think it's like giving them up though. Like
some people do be giving their kids up though.
Some people do though. That shit fucked up.
Hey, once again, the work that I've been in, dog. When I be telling you, people, and that's what I know y'all the truckcast we have some of these. And now we're gonna start doing them too. The Zoom meetings, man. I've been doing one at least once a week. Love them things, but when I hear women say ain't shit niggas and men ain't this, no, there's a lot of ain't shit women out here. A whole lot of them.
And they build, and they coming up. They building. They building.
And I'm telling you, and they don't like it when I say the facts. I'm not saying this is not my opinion. I've seen some horrible women do some horrible things.
They don't want to hear none of that.
And then the same thing, I would say I am pro child support, but I'm also pro paternity tests. Extremely. You swab that mouth, playboy. You like, as soon as that baby give me some of that, and go and get that test and see if it's yours. Because man, being in family law courts, I've seen guys and maternal grandmothers, like the dude mama, thinking this my grandbaby all these years, been taking care of them, and come find out the baby ain't theirs. It's heartbreaking. Ain't on no Maury type he shit. That shit is like
right.
Damn. And I'm telling I never forget one of my first ones, this woman, like we went through this whole hoopla working on it, doing the DNA. When it finally came down to it, like I'm talking about 5 minutes before the judge read off the results, she was like, this baby ain't his. Just what? Judge was like, no, not baby. All 3 kids are not his. And I'm like, do y'all need to whoop her ass in the hallway? I can step away. Right? At 1200 Congress.
Right there.
Are you fucking serious?
Nigga, I never did a big glass night, nigga.
They just want to drag them.
And like she was taking care of a 10-year-old The grandmother will take care of a 10-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. Thinking these her grandbabies. Nope. And it's just like she was like stuck because the mother still couldn't have them. We didn't have to terminate on mom and give them to we had to do a fictive kin adoption. Crazy shit, man. Not even her grandchildren, but she was so attached to them already. And you know what they still call her? Grandma. Even though that's not their grandma. So it's crazy how that. But once again, not knocking anything, because trust me, if I had a son and me and my wife wasn't together, I'm still gonna be daddy no matter what. Fuck
right.
But you know, it comes from that mentality. That's what I am not disagreeing with you for shit. I just don't know what their situation is, and if it's that strong, where nigga, if I have the fucking balls to call another nigga son my son, you must really feel like that's your son. I must not be doing something right because that's how I feel it. And Future, like, because I never see Future directly to say anything or complain about it. It's just other guys complaining about it. Yeah. Hold on, Chase.
Other women.
Nah, it be guys complaining about it.
Yeah, the guys the one that was like,
guys going off, man.
What guys complaining about?
They said he needs to box Russell Wilson. Fuck Russell Wilson. Let me call my son dad.
Hey, like, try to side note question. Who do y'all think would have won out of a fight, Russell Wilson or Future? Like a hand-to-hand fight.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, Russell Wilson?
Yeah, Russell Wilson will knock that lean
Russell
out of
Wilson beat the shit out of that. Because damn, I hate the real me.
See, but it's another rapper that's from Houston. Not gonna say his name, but he's known by making songs about hating bitches. Put it that way.
All right.
And not saying any names.
I hate you, bitch.
But like, I lost a lot of respect for that man, and because he had a situation that was a legal situation, and it involved some family of his, and he abandoned that family member, completely abandoned that family member. Exactly what we were just talking about. Okay. And with me knowing that shit, I'm like, I can't even listen to this nigga music no more. You know, because that's like a line of my morality you shouldn't cross. Like, you know, and it's couldn't go with that.
Press mute, King. Press mute.
King, you having your personal conversations over there, brother. But so going to the next thing, like for instance, I can't bump, you know, that rapper any longer.
Hold on, put that shit in the messages so I know who it is. Fuck.
You said it, damn it, shit.
Oh.
You know, and that person always complain about life and how people are doing them wrong and shit. Dude, do you ever think you the problem? You know?
Yeah.
But anyway,
most people who complain like that are the fucking problem, though.
You did.
All the problem.
So this made me think. I saw a clip, and we tweeted it earlier, but we'll try to, you know, screen grab it and put it on our Instagram, and G-Jack may throw it into the episode. But 21 Savage and Keith Sweat was doing like a little show together, okay? I know, Colin. I know, Colin. I know.
Both of them?
But yes, both of them. And like, it's like
a cooking show.
Yeah, it's like 21 Savage was cooking something. He said, I'm cooking something for this day to have this night. I got this chick coming through. And can you tell me he'll be making R&B lists like from the 80s and 90s? And, you know, Keith Sweat, like, I got you, nephew. I got you. So, you know, they come in, he talking.
Is that really his nephew?
Nah, you know, I call everybody. You younger than me, I'm calling you my nephew.
Old
I love
people.
you. I love you. You feel me? But he come through and he's like, man, so the first person he asked, he was like, how about some R. Kelly? And they both look at each other and just bust out laughing. He's like, nah, let's try something. Let's next.
Dang.
The question, exactly. You feel me, DB? So they like pose my question. I can't mess with this certain rapper music anymore because I've seen his actions are doing. Could you still rock with R. Kelly? Do you still listen to his music?
Can. Yeah, I can. But I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
told you, I can separate the artist from the person, man. Like, if I like your music, I like your music. It's a lot of shitty rappers out there who do a lot of shitty shit, but if the beat go hard, man, I'm going to jam that shit. I don't mean I got to live like them.
You going to roll through it? So, King Colin,
like,
what you got, man?
Yeah.
Hold on. Drake, this 713.
What up?
If white folk can jam Elvis Presley.
I ain't
and
arguing
he
with
married
you.
a 14-year-old woman.
I'm not arguing with you.
Right. Yeah. So I just think it's like, bro. I think you can listen to it. I will put it like this. This is how I am. I never was really just running to the R. Kelly anyway. I like R. Kelly. We know you do, DB. You old. But what I'm saying is, I don't just run. But it's like if it's on.
Colin, you done made several old folks jokes throughout this shit. We all are not.
Bro, you got great. You got great.
Absolutely. How old are you, Colin?
No, he's better than that.
I'm 32. Then you got
you younger than me.
You got a streak right here. You got a streak right here. Great. That means that somebody hurt you.
Soul, baby. It's the soul. It's the soul.
That's what that means. Like you said, like your beard says that you said simple bitch before. Like I know you have 1,000%.
Hey man, hey, let's go ahead and take him off the show. Take him off.
Hold on. We're gonna take a quick commercial break right now. We'll take a quick commercial break. I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's real. That's real.
Oh man. God, how you do that, man? How you do, man?
Today's hydration is sponsored by 1186 Water. This is a real artesian water straight from the aquifer in Alabama, new to the Houston area, and is an ultra premium artesian water. Feel free to follow us at Facebook and Instagram at 1186 Water, and that's 11 ELEVEN 86 Water. And there's also, you can visit our website at www.1186water.com.